So millions of New Yorkers could soon face partial beach closures, limited access to pools this summer when they open in just a few weeks. And that's because the city is really dealing with its worst lifeguard shortage on record. We've been talking about this with you. So here to discuss that and more is the Parks Commissioner for New York City, Sue Donoghue. So Commissioner, good to see you. Thanks for being here on your first appearance on Picks on Politics.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
So let's get right to it, because summertime is huge in New York City for pools and beaches, right? Is there such a dramatic shortage? Help us understand the lifeguard issue at hand here.
Absolutely, and thank you for your interest and for the question. We recognize at the Parks Department that our pools and beaches are an incredible free resource for New Yorkers. And we are dealing with a national lifeguard shortage. This is not unique to New York. This is across the country. Every municipality is facing this. We were so pleased, even in the face of that last year, that we were able to open all of our pools and beaches, anticipate doing so this year. But you're right, it is a huge challenge across the country.
Where do the numbers stand right now? Because we're just a few weeks from everything being officially open.
Absolutely, yes. And the way that it works, we are still both recertifying returning lifeguards. We've got, thankfully, a crew that comes back every year to support our work at the pools and beaches, and then training and recruiting new lifeguards. And we made a huge effort, as you would imagine, starting last September on that recruitment to bring in as many people as possible.
Is it a pay issue?
It is not, Dan, no. We've done a whole lot of work along with an aggressive recruitment campaign. We also were able to raise the wages. So wages are now over $21 an hour for lifeguards. So is there just the people that aren't interested in being lifeguards anymore? I just can't figure it out. It's an excellent question. I mean, I think the pandemic, as the pandemic affected so many different jobs, right? In the retail sector, in restaurants, you know, people just made different decisions about what they're doing for their lives, for their jobs. We definitely felt an impact post-COVID. It's a difficult test to pass. It's a tough summer job. I mean, we are so appreciative of the lifeguards. They keep us safe at the beaches, but it's a tough summer job.
So reality, worst case scenario, you said you anticipate everything being open, but how do you begin to cancel programs, events, closures of beaches and pools if you don't meet the numbers you like?
What we do, Dan, and we did this last year, and we've done this historically, what we do is we close sections of beaches and pools. So what we do is really just reduce capacity. So we are anticipating, you know, the beaches will stay open, the pools will stay open, but just at a more limited capacity.
So it's a smaller space on the beach. You can't just take whatever space on the sand you want.
You can take as much space on the sand as you want, but we put up red flags so that designate areas where you can swim and areas where you can't swim. Our biggest, message to New Yorkers, we want people to be safe. And so we work really hard to make it so it's clear where people should be swimming is where there are lifeguards on duty to keep people safe.
Is this a new norm? Do you anticipate numbers ever getting back to pre-pandemic levels?
We really hope so. We're doing a whole lot of work both on the recruitment end, and then we're really pleased this year to be able to bring back our Learn to Swim program in 6 pools, because we know the importance of the link to safety. We need kids to learn to swim, and that's going to help grow the lifeguard corps. There's no doubt.
You also have a new volunteer initiative as well. So if you're struggling to get people for a paid job, are you getting the volunteers you need, and what is the volunteer program?
You know, we have a long history at the Parks Department of incredible volunteerism in our parks. We just did an analysis recently. Over 200,000 New Yorkers come out every year to help us in our parks. And that's an extraordinary core of people. And we believe we know it's good for our parks, but we also know that it's good for building community, to be out there, to be working together side by side on the park in your neighborhood that you use every day. And so it's an activity that we celebrate. We want to recognize the great work of existing volunteers, and we want to bring more people into that world.
Yeah, I'm almost out of time here, but I want to get to this op-ed you wrote about loneliness crisis, especially within parks. What did you mean?
Absolutely. Well, the Surgeon General just recently came out with a report that coming out of COVID, there is a loneliness crisis, especially among young people, which is not generally the case. We feel like our parks were critical to people during the pandemic. They provided a respite. They're still there for people, and they're avenues to bring people together, to work side by side. We know that getting your hands dirty, working service is the thing that the Surgeon General talked about, can be an aid to dealing with loneliness. Our parks provide a great outlet for people to come together.
Grab a friend, go to the park.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful space. We're out of time, but I'd love to have you back soon to talk more about this issue and see how it resolves over the summer, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it.